Now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, PUCL Podcast.
It's PUCL! PUCL! It's PUCL! PUCL! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! PUCL! PUCL.
And welcome to the 467th episode of the PUCL Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, here today with my two whimsical co-hosts. We've got Dr. Shamu. I don't know if you're whimsical, actually.
I could be sometimes.
and we've got the Fluffiest Whimsicott. It's in the name, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, definitely whimsical here.
So, welcome to the PUCL Podcast. PUCL, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, the show where we talk everything Pokemon, from the video game to the trading card game to everything in between. Everything in between. And so, yeah, it's been a week. I don't know if it's been a good week or not. I had like a day off right in the middle of it, so I don't know how to really process my week. I had 2 Mondays and 2 Tuesdays this week. That's what I had.
It's okay. Like every single day last week was Tuesday until Saturday. So
yeah, it was really, really weird because I don't know. It was just weird because like you guys even noticed because I forgot we usually get together and talk about the show more beforehand.
Yeah.
And I sent this to you at like 10 o'clock last night. Like, hey, I guess we're doing the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think like an hour before that thing, I'm like, oh, we haven't had a group chat yet.
Yeah, no, I was just like, oh, I guess it is Friday.
I mean, I'm usually the one who like realizes you haven't done that if you haven't done that by the time I wake up on Friday morning, and
yeah,
I didn't even. Like,
you're in a far different scenario than I think the rest of us are, though.
Yeah, not entirely for the reasons one would think, but yeah.
Yes. I think you're in a completely different scenario than the rest of us right now, and that's perfectly fine. But yeah, I haven't done too much Pokemon-wise this week. I did my gym battles. That's been a thing. Mm-hmm. I was really disappointed because I beat somebody in a best of 3 with my gym team. No, I felt bad for 2 reasons. One, I felt bad that I beat him because like he played very well.
Yeah.
And it was also like he definitely had like the team advantage because my gym team, for those of you at home, my hard mode team has a hard time playing against Trick Room.
Mm.
And he was playing like hard Trick Room. And so he definitely just had the advantage. I think it was just that he didn't have a Glastrier. I think that's literally the only reason. If he would have had Glastrier, I would have just been like wiped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the like VGC 2020. It's like Trick Room, Glastrier, and then I think it's like
Trick Room Glastrier is awful.
Like Regieleki, I think, is the other mode essentially.
Yeah.
Trick Room, like those are like the 2 meta things, and it's just kind of
I would have to say right now that it's just it hasn't settled yet either.
Yeah,
like it's still very active.
It really needs to settle or something. Cause I'm just like
you can't keep up.
Like I'm playing against, I'm like, this is dumb.
Yeah, well,
like Indeedee is dumb too. Like
Indeedee is dumb, but it's been dumb all year.
Yeah, it's just now that you have actual like massive heavy hitters and like Trick Room and stuff. It's just kind of like it's an enabler. It's
just such a bulky follow me user.
Yeah,
that makes it gross. Like just having such a bulky follow me user that you can't one shot like ever is the most annoying thing in the world. Because like even without Sash, like you're not hitting it hard enough. Like, because I mean, what's female Indeedee specifically, right? Because I think like Indeedee's like stats are just gross.
I know special defense is like 105.
So this is male. We want female. So female base special defense is 105. Defense is 65, but 70 base HP. So I mean.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is people should be running Choice Band Urshifu.
Choice Band Urshifu. Hit it with that wicked blow. Blow and hope. Yeah.
I think that would kill actually if it's banned.
I don't disagree with that. I wonder. Well, typically they don't run into doubles, or they don't run Focus Sash, so you should be okay. Yeah, it is definitely one of the more frustrating Pokemon out there. I don't disagree with you at all. Female Indeedee is, I mean, I hate that it's like psychic normal too. Like it's really good typing because then you can't just hit it with like a dark type Pokemon.
You mean Ghost?
Or Ghost type Pokemon. You have to hit with a Dark type if you want to like do super effective damage. It's absolutely gross. Yeah, these are the challenges of Pokemon right now. The trials. I mean, other than that, I think the meta. I thought Crown Tundra brought like a really good shakeup to it at least.
It brought a good shakeup for sure. It's just that I think we're seeing that right now. I don't find it enjoyable.
I don't disagree with you right now, especially because Spectre exists. Like, Spectre is probably the reason I don't enjoy it right now. Or not Spectre, Glastrier. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait.
Like, I like that Trick Room the team, but it's very not fun to play against.
Yeah, it's just not fun like you said, to play against. It's just bad. I'm hoping that we find some kind of counter to that, and I'm sure there is one. It's just it's going to take a hot minute, and even then, like, what I'm hoping is that we get another season, and at the beginning of the year, like we did with season 6, where they did like the top 10 ban list or whatever.
Yeah,
I would love to see that. I'd love to see that come back, because let me see if I can pull it up real quick, because like that would kick out a lot of things. Specifically, one is Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini is like tearing it up, by the way.
Yeah.
It's always been good. It's always been bulky.
Yeah, so the top 10 from VGC, if they this was in BSS, the top 10 they would remove if they did another season like that would be Tapu Fini, Landorus Therian, Incineroar, Metagross, Regieleki, Glastrier, Cresselia, Moltres, Galarian Moltres, Rillaboom gets the axe again, and Kartana, and Urshifu is literally just sitting there in 11th place again, just like it did last time. But yeah, Glastrier is just so good right now. It's so good. It's just disgustingly good.
All you need is like massive defense stats and solid HP.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need.
I wonder what season 7 battle, not BSS, BSS. Yeah. Right now BSS, you would get an Urshifu ban. Wow, in BSS. Yeah, you'd add Mimikyu, Celesteela, Cinderace, Porygon 2, Hippowdon. Probably because you got all the Sandrush toys to play with now, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Sandrush Dracozolt type thing is is very much a thing.
And you would add Urshifu to that list, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and regular Zapdos. You get rid of regular Zapdos. But yes, that is. I'm hoping. I would really like to see that meta. I'd be down to see a meta without a lot of things in it. I do miss. Oh man, I wish we could play OU on cart.
Yeah.
I think you two are like the big. I think you two are like the biggest proponents of that with me.
Yeah.
Because I think without that ability, like, there's so many cool toys, and this would have been so fun to like play with this rotation, this like constantly rotating meta on cart. I would have really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's just not the same.
Yeah, you can't. You just really can't.
Yeah, this gen, I'll say this gen, has been very unfriendly to OU for more than just like the timer reason as well. Like, because I mean, if you look at OU, they also banned Dynamax, and so this gen's mechanic doesn't fit into that version of play.
I mean,
go ahead.
They decided to ban Dynamax from OU, so I agree with you that it doesn't fit, and so they were right to ban it. But
no, I agree with that.
It's not like they put it in like thinking, oh. No. They
didn't think that. So I think one of the problems, like, especially like in maybe the past couple gens from VGC, or not from VGC, but from like TPCI's point of view, the way I feel right now, especially with Gen 8, is you're not playing the game right. This is how you play it. That's Sakurai meme.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how I've been feeling about Pokemon, at least since like Gen 7 to some extent. Like, you're not playing it right. This is how you play it. And Dynamax, I think, is a wonderfully balanced mechanic for BSS and VGC. And I think that's what they focused on, and that's what they really focused on, and that's why we have a 20-minute timer, because they go, that's good enough to play VGC and BSS.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it stops. Which is unfortunate, because like 6v6 OU is really fun.
Yeah.
Granted, I've been playing random battles to like get myself back into like the 6v6 mindset, and I'm gonna say I don't think I miss OU quite yet, just because like when you jump into there, like everything's just like Toxic Stall or what's the other one? There's like one other thing that they can do. It's like Toxic Stall and something like, and that's like your two major camps.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that like Sword and Shield went and they like culled Toxic from like a lot of people's move pools.
Yeah. Yes.
because that was semi-necessary, I think.
I agree, but nothing feels quite like a U1 card.
No, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you. So, but yeah, I think this is a good place. It's a good somber note to end on. And we can hop on over to the news. Let's cue that epic music.
Live from the Lavender Town Radio Tower. This just in.
And welcome to the news. In the news, we have a few things to talk about. The first being worldwide. There's been giveaway information for both the standard Zarude and the Dada form Zarude. I don't like that it's called the Dada form, by the way. Standard form clothes can start being redeemed December 13th and are valid until March 31st of 2021. In the US and Canada, this can be done through the Pokemon Trainers Club newsletter until November 20th. In the UK, it will be through game stores, so GameStop equivalent, either in person or online. And the Dada form will be released in Japan to those who attend the movie when it releases December 25th. It has not been announced for the US yet, by the way, which is...
I know we have a trailer.
Do we have a trailer? Well, we got a trailer like back in February.
No, we have Secrets of the Jungle.
Oh, is it because it's the next TCG set or something?
No, that's the Pokemon the movie.
Oh, we got the movie. We got the movie. Okay.
It's it says, at least what it says, due for release in the West next year. We don't know when. We just know 2021.
That sucks. That sucks to be us.
But we have a title and we've got a trailer. It was on Cerebi.
Yeah, for the movie. I'm just more worried about Zarude, like getting to the US into distribution.
Yeah.
That's my bigger concern. But
well, the form is, I don't know. But yeah, I think they wanted to get the Pokemon released because of the set that came out.
Tell me more about TCG, by the way.
All right. So, Vivid Voltage just came out this last Friday.
It's all gone.
Essentially, we get Aegislash, so ADP still rules. But yeah, I think TCG Cast went over Vivid Voltage this last week or this.
Yeah, I did. I think it was this week. It came out this week.
Yeah. So essentially. Oh yeah, and here's the little thing. The Room movie is 2121 and Secrets of the Jungle is the name.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it in the
Yeah, well, you did it anyway. You were on top of it. You were so on top of it, Shamu.
Yeah. But yeah, just Vivid Voltage came out, new set, more Champions Pass stuff came out. They actually had it on Pokemon Center for like more than an hour.
Wow, I'm really upset about a lot of that, by the way. I'm still upset about that. I just want the pins.
You could have gotten them.
I think
they were literally, it was limit 2 and they were up for like, I think they went up at like 11 and I think they were still up at like 5 p.m.
Wow.
So they were up for a while. Like the Charizard theme deck sold out faster than the Champions Pass pin collections.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to go ahead and I'm just going to buy the pins on Troll and Toad. I think that's what I've reserved myself to.
I might do that for some. I might just try to buy the boxes because there's like the one that I missed with the dual packs.
Yeah.
And they're a little more, but it's not like an ETB price. You're not paying double.
Yeah.
If you especially get a bundle, like depending where you go. I found a couple
That's fair.
sites that have not terrible prices, but they're still not like you're still paying.
I'm just not a big fan of like how much like the TCGs exploded recently, and not for good reasons either.
No, it's literally just collector. It's all it is. It's just people trying to make money.
It's literally
like,
just scalpers.
I'm getting a bit here and there too. Like I'm buying a couple things here and there, but I'm more or less trying to collect. That's my main thing. It's like, I like having things put to the side.
I think there's a difference between what you're doing and what some of these other people are doing. Because, like, if you watch Burbank City, there's a lot of people who just, like, come in there and are, like, trying to get advice on how to do it to invest into the Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
You and I, like, even all of us that are on the show, like, we would go into it, even if we were, like, selling cards for, like, marked up prices and stuff, we would still be doing it because we wanted to collect the cards to begin with, and this was something we also have. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's not anything more than that, which is upsetting. I think I have the Reshazard, battle deck or something still in box somewhere. Maybe I should try to sell that.
I don't know if you'll make much off that.
I don't know either. I doubt it, but man, it's stupid right now.
They did not hold value. The Pikarom and the Resher
those
one,
well, they printed them in excess, which was great.
Yeah, they did. They didn't hold value, unfortunately. Yeah. But also didn't help that COVID.
Yeah, COVID. Mm-hmm. Whimsicott, tell us why you should have a VPN.
Yeah. So the next batch of episodes for Pokemon Journeys will release on Netflix in the US on December 4th.
Yay.
We expect it to be the usual batch of 12 episodes, but there's no confirmation yet. I don't know why you made me read this piece of news.
Because that was the one that was next to be highlighted.
I know, I was trying to be funny. I know I always fail when I try, but let me at least try.
Yeah. So that's in 3 weeks, so...
Yeah, that's in 3 weeks. I mean, it's probably 12, and I think that they've
been doing it in batches.
They've been doing it in batches of 12 episodes, because it's like every 12 weeks they come out with one, which has been nice. It's really nice to just like every 3 months be able to binge through it. I prefer watching the anime this way, like at least as like an older Pokemon fan. Being able to like sit down and spend like 2 days and like binge through a bunch of Pokemon episodes while I'm doing something else, and I can be caught up on the anime. And this one's not half bad. I said the same thing about Alola until it got bad. This one's not half bad. It's interesting because it doesn't follow the same formula as we're used to. I'm a fan. Also, TPCI, for those of you living in Canada, is now shipping through the Pokemon Center website to you. So good for all of you Canadians. Sorry to all of you Europeans that still don't have it. I'm pretty sure the only reason it's going to Canada, by the way, is because they literally ship from Seattle, which is essentially just American Canada.
Yeah.
For a limited time, if you make an order of $20 or more, you'll receive a special delivery Pikachu promo card while stocks last. They did a similar thing.
Also, yeah, was it? Recently, too, they had an ornament as well.
Yeah, you get an ornament. Yeah.
I put a bunch of orders in, so I'm probably gonna get like 7 ornaments. But at one point, the ornament was removed, like right after I did another order.
Oh, no. Yeah. No,
so I was like, I felt like, did I make these, like, did we just run out of these ornaments?
Shamu is responsible. He's the sole person responsible for the Christmas ornament fiasco.
I will say, like, I think yesterday I put in like 5 to 6 orders.
Wow.
Separate, just to get the promos as well. Because also, $20 is free shipping on Pokemon Center right now.
It's great, dude. I love Pokemon Center.
So you're just like, oh, okay, cool, $20. It's like there's no reason not to do separate orders to get more cards.
I gotta get that Moo Moo Milk sign.
Oh yeah, the Moo, that's so good. I love it. It's wood. That's what's so good about it. It's a wooden...
I need that, man.
It's a wooden sign. I'm looking at it right now. It's great.
I need it. All right, so let's kick things on over to... There's no video game battling news this week, which is really weird. We're going to go into the Pokemon Go news.
Oh,
well,
boy.
Yeah, well, this isn't the super exciting part, but Shamu, tell us about these community days that we've been talking about forever.
All right, so it will be there will be 2 events during the months for Electabuzz and Magmar.
Electabuzz is going to be over by the time this comes out, by the way, but it's tomorrow as of recording.
Well, Electabuzz will be done. Then Magmar will be the weekend after this.
Yes.
And so Electivire will be able to learn Flamethrower, I assume, upon evolution.
Yeah.
Elekid will be able to hatch out of 2-kilometer eggs. There will be... Oh, okay. There'll be special timed research to provide Sinnoh and Electric for Electabuzz.
Paid research.
Paid research.
The paid researches are dumb. I got one once, and I thought it was going to be interesting, and it was not.
I think I did it once for, the Regigigas one. Like, I wouldn't mind, like, for a couple bucks.
That's different.
Yeah, if it stayed.
Yeah.
Like, if they all stayed, I'd be okay with it, but now they're, like, doing it so they run out, I believe. So, like, you have to do it during that time, or you lose it.
Well, for the ones that you pay for now, like, for the $, for the 99 cents or whatever, like, there's no point to do it outside of Community Day, because it's mostly, like, catch 13 Electabuzz, and then the reward is an Electabuzz. It's, like, the most uninspired garbage.
Wow.
I assume, I guess, the Electabuzz, if it's, like, perfect, then maybe, but...
It's not even.
Like, if you're doing it, you're gonna be catching a bunch anyway.
Yeah, so exactly. It's like a way to, I guess, to quote unquote win Community Day.
But for the Magmar one, it will be on the November 21st. Magmortar will learn Thunderbolt again, assume upon evolution. Mag being 2-kilometer eggs, and then special timed research to provide Sinnoh, and no match for Magmar. Paid research will be there too.
To be fair, Magmortar and Electivire, I think are 2 of my favorite Pokemon, just in general. Like, Magmortar's design is objectively worse.
Yeah.
Electivire is super hype, and I feel like Magmortar just gets it because he's, like, the useful version of Electivire.
Yeah, right. Those are the only 2 Pokemon missing in current Tundra decks right now, actually.
You can catch them. Like, I've seen Magmortar out.
Okay, I have the Beast Ball living decks. I need to evolve them.
Okay.
They're already set.
Okay.
I just gotta trade them.
Okay. Whimsicott,
yes.
Tell us more about more Pokemon Go nonsense.
Okay, so previously you could only submit a Pokestop for approval if you were at least level 40. I don't know why I said at least. There's nothing beyond that yet. Now that level cap has been lowered to 38. And also, okay, this is Mega Evolution related news. I do not care at all, but I will read it for all of you who do care. When you walk a Mega Evolution capable body in Pokemon Go, you will now earn 5 to 15 Mega Energy, which roughly translates to 5 Mega Energy for a kilometer walked, every time you earn a candy if you have previously Mega Evolved that species of Pokemon.
Ooh.
Now you also get 1 bonus candy when you catch a Pokemon of the same type as your active Mega Evolved Pokemon. It's just whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. They kind of like rolled back their Mega Evolution energy issue. I still think the whole thing is still nonsense with how it works.
Yeah.
They're trying to fix it without actually fixing the issue.
Yeah, it's just because you still have to get the Mega previously through raids.
Well, that's for the candy.
No, that's for the energy. So you
have to actually. No, never mind. You have to have actually Mega Evolve.
Yeah.
So
it's not fun. I'm not a big fan, especially like with as much walking as they want you to do during a pandemic.
Yeah,
like,
not a fan.
I've noticed since they've released this mechanic, there's a lot of things where it's just like, hey, let's try to do this with Mega Energy this, Mega Energy that, and it's like they're trying to add things to fix the problem instead of just fixing the actual problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because they don't want to remove that mechanic, it seems, but they don't want to. They're trying to appease people, but it's just not working because they just.
Yeah, let's save it. We can keep that for the topic today. I don't disagree with you, though. In some PUCL news, after that relatively short Pokemon Go news segment, Fall League is still going on until at least the end of November. I don't know if we actually gave an actual end date.
I think it'll be like end of November, maybe first week of December.
I think we were talking like ending it the first week of December, not the first full week, like whenever the end of the first week of December. Do it while you can. Also, those badges are up on Etsy, by the way, if you haven't got them yet. If you want them, you can always go ahead and join the Patreon at the $15 tier to get a coupon, so you can just get them for just the price of shipping, or wait until the end of the month for Thatch to like go through everything and find it. One of those two are your options, but we really appreciate any of the support. Also, I like these badges a lot. I do suggest you go get them. On that note, I think this is a good place to end it. We're going to kick it on over to PUCL's Pokey Quiz, where we're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge. And welcome to PUCL's Pokey Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge. Today, Whimsicott and Shamu are going to be operating together as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions. They have 5 questions submitted by Discord. They are going to try to answer them. There's a possible total of 8 points. They have a lifeline they can use as a hint. If they do, one of those 8 points comes from if they answer all the questions correctly without using the hint, they get 8 points. They are racing against their fellow co-hosts to 30. Whoever gets there first wins a $20 credit to PokemonCenter.com, so they get free shipping, unless they're Whimsicott. And so keep that in mind. It's very exciting. You too can also win from this as well by going over to AnimeGravy.com, your one-stop shop for all your nerdy and inspirational art needs. They have a code for you guys to use. I believe it is Pokey Quiz for 25% off your total purchase. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on in to our Pokey Quiz. Our first one is going to come from Coil Builder. What is the only Pokemon evolutionary line not to have its base stat total changed upon evolving?
Ooh.
Only evolution that did not change stats upon
Base
evolving.
stat total.
Oh, total.
Total. So, like, you can have some shifting stats, but no, like, change in total stats.
Shoot.
Fascinating.
Oh, wait.
Is it Typenol and Silvally? No, right?
No, they get speed.
They get speed.
I wonder if it's Aegislash.
I think
It's like 50, 150, 50, 150, 50.
we're talking about an entire evolutionary line, though. I don't think Honedge has...
entire line?
Yes, it's an entire line. Yes.
Oh, never mind that. No, not that. I was thinking a single evolution, not a full line.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be a 1-to-1 then.
Yeah. I was also thinking, like, maybe... Because Cosmog definitely has lower stats than Cosmoem.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. It's got lower stats, but it's got, Cosmoem's.
This is just a 2-stage line. It's just like 1, 2.
Yeah.
That's what I assumed, honestly. It was kind of like, it's one to another. It's just, what Pokemon is that? Because it's more likely like a mode shift. Like one thing that we used to be working that worked one way now works as a fast offensive attacker. Like
Yeah.
I would say that one of these does abuse Eviolite semi-regularly now.
Oh wait. Oh no, that's not a full line though. Shoot.
I know which one you're thinking of. It's not that one. That's close though.
I thought Magneton for a second. I'm like, no, it's not it because Magnemite.
This one, Dual Wing Beat has entered its move pool.
Oh, okay. Scyther Thizor.
Oh,
go.
that's true.
Scyther Scizor is correct. Scyther Scizor is the base stat total stays the same. Just all of the speed goes into defenses essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what happens. Because Scyther's a solid Pokemon on its own, actually.
Oh, it definitely
Yeah.
is. I've used it before.
Mhm.
Like during one of the old summer leagues, I used Scyther and it was solid.
Scyther's
Now, you
very
know, I
solid.
used it last year actually.
It's
and it
very,
worked
very
to a
solid.
degree.
The other fun fact that Liger gave me this week after he put it together was that Porygon 2 to Porygon Z has the lowest increase with only a base stat total change of 20. And Shedinja loses BST from Nincada.
Yeah, that one I remembered.
All right, our next one is going to be from Blackberry. Name the ground-type Pokemon Pikachu defeated with Thunderbolt at the beginning of Mewtwo Strikes Back when Ash was challenged by the pirate lake trainer Raymond.
Oh.
Huh.
It's not in the remake.
Oh wait.
This is the guy right at the beginning.
I think I know what it is. It was a guy in blue, right?
He looked like almost like a Team Aqua guy.
Okay, so it was Nidoqueen. Because the whole thing, he was a water type trainer, but he had a bunch of blue Pokemon and Nidoking was in. Nidoqueen was.
Before that,
Oh,
like right at the beginning
wait,
of the movie, they play the theme song and Ash is in the middle of a battle.
Oh.
And he ends it with Pikachu using Thunderbolt because the guy throws out 3 Pokemon. One of them's a ground type. And then because of anime logic, they let Pikachu kill it.
Oh, man. I don't even know.
So, the movie in which you see a Donphan at the beginning is the second one, right?
No, that's the first one. That's Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Okay, then it's Donphan. Because I clearly remember, like, the animation of Donphan spinning down a hill.
That was for the Entei movie.
No, that was in this movie.
So it's Donphan. Because that was during the theme song.
Was it Mewtwo Strikes? I don't think it was. Sure. I don't know. I know I do remember that scene.
Are you going to use Donphan as your answer? Or...
I don't know. At this point, it's fine by me.
I remember Donphan. I thought it was the second movie, but...
I remember that scene. I just don't remember from that movie is my thing.
Same, but Thatch says it is, so...
That scene is in that movie, yes, 100%.
And I think it was during the theme song, so...
Sure, Donphan, I guess.
Donphan is unfortunately incorrect. Donphan is in there, but Donphan is battled by Bulbasaur.
Oh...
And there's a Machamp after that that's defeated by Squirtle, but then he throws out a Golem, Pinsir, and Venomoth all at once, and Pikachu just Thunderbolts and fries them all at once. So Golem is the answer. Golem was replaced with the Drowsy in the remake because the remake is inferior.
Okay.
But you guys are still 1 for 2, and this next question is your Pokedex entry question. You will get a Pokedex entry. You have to tell me what Pokemon that is. If you guys are writing the Struggle Bus, I will give you a second Pokedex entry. Based on what that entry is, if you give me an answer, you will get 1 point. If you get it on the first entry, you'll get 2 points. If you don't get it at all, you get 0 points. So, our first entry is going to come from Upside Down Malamar, where he says, this Pokemon Black Pokedex entry states, these bird Pokemon are excellent divers. They swim around in the water eating their favorite food, peat moss. Who's that Pokemon?
What's their favorite food, sorry?
Peat moss.
So, it's at least up to Gen 5.
Yeah.
What entry was it? Was it black?
Black.
Yes.
These bird Pokemon are excellent divers. Yes.
So it's flat out a Gen 5 Pokemon, I believe, because I don't know if they had Gen 1 through 4. Did they have Gen 1 through 4 Pokedex entry then black?
Yeah, they had everything, like, up to Gen 6, you had a national dex.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while.
They used to just recycle entries, to be fair, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a bird who's an excellent diver and eats peat moss. Okay.
So I assume it's like Pelipper. I'm saying like Pelipperline or Swanaline at the moment.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Okay.
like, I doubt it's Psyduck, but
No, it doesn't sound like Psyduck.
I've never heard Psyduck referred to as a bird.
Yeah.
it is a duck. It is a duck.
It's a bad duck.
Yeah.
It's a weird duck. I like the swan idea, actually, but I think most of its entries would be...
I don't think Swana would be it, but I'm thinking maybe more like Ducklet. It's like, I'm thinking Ducklet or Wingull.
Yeah, I like both of those, actually.
Because Because I feel like Pelipper is more of the fact that it's got a big gullet.
Yeah, and Swanna is all elegant and stuff.
Yeah. Like I'm talking about his favorite meal, peat moss.
Yeah, I want to say I like ducklet better.
What is peat moss?
Like when you're in a bog and
I'm Googling it.
the moss.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, that sounds like something you would eat. Yeah.
Do you want to go with ducklet?
I'll go with ducklet. I feel like it's more ducklet, to be honest, because I don't remember.
Yeah, same.
I don't feel, if they're recycling also, if they're recycling entries, I don't think that they would have said that for an older mon.
Maybe.
Like, if, depending, like.
Ducklet is your final answer?
Yes.
Ducklet is correct.
Woo!
So you guys get 2 points for that. You're 3 for 3. Because I didn't have to use the Omega Ruby Pokedex entry that says, when attacked, it uses its feathers to splash water, escaping under the cover of the spray.
I wouldn't have really.
No.
I probably could have gotten it from that, but it's just
it turns out those are the only two entries for Ducklet that exist.
So there was like the second one was really vague.
Yeah.
All right. So our next question is going to be your multiple choice question. It has 5 answers. You can get up to 3 points with this question. So every 2 answers you give me, you get 1 point. If you get all 5, you get 3 points.
Okay.
And so this is from Enharmonia, and she wants to know, what 5 types have a move capable of inducing the sleep status? So what 5 types?
Okay, so Hypnosis is psychic.
Normal psychic grass.
That's 3.
Yeah.
So that's 1 point.
You got Sing, Hypnosis, Spore.
Yes.
You've got Dark, because you have Dark Void.
That's 4.
Yes.
Let's see. So what else is?
Is one of the kisses a fairy type move now or not?
Lovely Kiss. But wait, is Lovely Kiss fairy?
I don't know if it's fairy.
I know it's Lovely Kiss. I know Lovely Kiss is a move, but I don't.
Wait. There's also no, wait. We've already done that because the dark type, Gigantamax.
Oh, Snooze.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's dark.
Wait, would it include Gigantamax moves?
Yeah.
It should.
Because then, I believe Befuddle can put stuff to sleep.
Oh, so that's bug type. So that's the last one. Yes. Befuddle can put you to sleep.
That is all 5 types. It is Gmax, Befuddle, Hypnosis, Spore, Sing, and Dark Void.
Yeah.
So you guys are all correct. You guys get 3 points for that. So you guys are 6 for 4.
Nice.
You also still have your hint. So your next question is your base stat question as always. And this one's from Chams1066. What normal type Pokemon has the lowest special attack?
So we should use the hint because we can't cash it in because we got a question wrong.
Wait. What normal type? What normal type has the lowest special attack?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Munchlax off the top of my head, but we can use the hint anyways because we can't cash it in.
This is a baby Pokemon that's not Munchlax.
Oh. So it would be Igglybuff?
It is only normal type. It will
Only
ever be a normal type.
Okay.
A
Peony, yeah.
Happiny is correct.
What does Munchlax?
That gives you guys 7 today.
Has now? Because I feel like Munchlax has like Abysmal as well.
It is higher than 15 apparently, which is what Happiny has. It is also higher than 20 because the next highest is Smeargle and Azurill at 20. I don't know what it is, but that gives you guys 7 points today. That's 7 points, which is pretty good.
Oh, it's got 40.
Wow.
Who'd have thought?
Amazing.
All right, let's get the trivia score pulled up here. All right, so that does change up the standings pretty significantly in our current run to 30. Shamu also gets on the board with a resounding score. All right, so in first place, we have Whimsicott with 13 points. Tied for second place with 7 points, we have P. and Dr. Shamu. In a 3-way tie for fourth, we have Sublime, Cloud9, and Jushir with 6, and everybody else has yet to get on the board. With that in mind, we are going to take a short break and kick it on over to the topic. And we have another iTunes review this week from Supercat GX. He says, godly 5 stars, best Pokemon podcast ever. Well, thank you for that, Supercat GX. If you want your review read on the show, just go ahead, drop it on iTunes or wherever you listen to the podcast. We really appreciate it. But until then, we're going on to the topic. And welcome to the topic. Our topic today is Pokemon Go Home. I'm way prouder of that title than I am of anything else. Probably more proud of that title than I am of the discussion that is to follow. But
and then
Go
you
home,
mock
party's
me
over.
for my titles.
yeah, that's true. My title is funny though. Your titles are pretty good too, typically.
Yours at least have the gift of being synthetic.
No longer are we going to the polls, we're going home though. Pokemon Go this week, for those of you living under a rock or not very much so participating in the Pokemon community, has launched their connectivity with Pokemon Home this week. I believe it's down to like level 24 in Pokemon Go can transfer, something like that. As the time of recording, it might be lower after that, because they typically do like a slow level rollout just to make sure they're not like overloading their servers.
It's fully
Oh,
out
is it
now,
everybody now?
actually.
Okay, cool. Never mind. It's
Level 1 and over.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. You can transfer any Pokemon you have in Pokemon Go and send it over to Pokemon Home.
Any, you say.
Any to a degree, but also it's more of a at least one.
You can do any. So like,
No, you can't do any. Like, you can't transfer all the event, like the glasses
Hats
Squirtle,
and
the
stuff.
hats Pikachu.
That's understandable.
that's to be expected. I don't know if you need to transfer
but if
like
you
30
don't
extra
say it
hats.
out loud, people are gonna scream at you on the internet.
If people are going to scream at me on the internet anyway because they're going to be like, Thatch, you
Fair.
don't love Pokemon Go? The answer is like, meh. Like, I like Pokemon Go as like a super casual thing to do.
Yeah. Like here, I boot up here and there.
Yeah, right? So like, I think I'm like a little bit more than Shamu, but like, I would say my Pokemon Go fan...
You owe more than me for sure. Like I'll do it like for a community day. Like I might play a bit
Yeah.
tomorrow just to do like I kind of be cool to have a shiny Electabuzz, you know?
Yeah,
But
that's kind of where I'm at this point. Like, it's just like, yeah, that's cool. That's where I'm at.
like I did it for Porygon, I did it for Bronzor.
Mhm.
Like I'll do it for certain community days if it's a Pokemon I actually like. Like I transferred some of my shinies from those events.
Oh man, so this system, so if you're not paying attention to the community, it's been met with like outrage because Pokemon Go, for those of you who haven't noticed, has been doing this thing where they are just like constantly like squeezing money. It feels like they're ringing Pokemon Go to like get all the money out before it goes dry or something. That's kind of how it feels. For Pokemon Go in particular, it's very, very, very weird. So what they did is you have transfer energy. This is to be expected. They did announce this like way back. Well, I guess not way back, but like a month and a half ago when they announced that Pokemon Go compatibility was coming to Pokemon Home. They did announce like, hey, there's going to be some kind of like energy limit to that. I just don't think anybody expected it to be this bad. You have like a energy bar and it can be filled up with up to 10,000 energy at a time. You gain 60 energy an hour, so about 1 energy per minute, which means that if you ever deplete it, it takes you a full like 7 days to get it back. I think it comes up to like 6 days and like 23 hours or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So it takes a really long time for you to refill that energy bar once you deplete it. And if you look at like base Pokemon, it's really not that bad because like if I just wanted to transfer like the Caterpie I caught on day 1 of Pokemon Go, that's going to cost me 10 energy. I can do that literally 1,000 times. I can send those over. The problem is if that Caterpie shiny, I'm now 2,000 energy in. So now we start to see the problem. The Pokemon has a CP between 1,000 and 2,000. You add another 100 energy to that. If it's 2,000 or above, you add 300 energy. It's a lot of energy at that point, right? You're talking 2,300 energy to transfer my shiny Butterfree.
You're looking at like a quarter. Like to do that, you're looking at like if it's a strong one too. You're looking at about a fourth of your entire transfer capabilities.
And then legendary Pokemon are even worse. So if we just wanted to transfer base Articuno, without like somehow under 900 CP, I don't think you can get that.
No.
It's 1,000 energy, which makes sense. I can see legendary Pokemon being 1,000. But if it's a shiny Articuno, which is possible, you add 9,000 points, so that's 10,000, so that's your whole budget. You blew your budget transferring shiny Articuno.
Yep.
Mythical Pokemon are the same way as well. Their base is just 2,000, but if they're shiny, that's plus 8,000. There are not that many shiny mythical Pokemon available in Pokemon Go. That should be noted, but I think like Darkrai fills that button,
Darkrai
that
is.
bubble. I'm not sure if there are any others. I could be wrong, but
Not sure either. At the
Maybe
moment.
Deoxys?
Deoxys might be shiny in Pokemon Go.
I'm not sure.
not 100% sure. Do not quote me. Shininess in Pokemon Go is very weird, and I don't care. Like, we can talk about that energy and like that wait time being ridiculous. And on top of that, if you want to refill that with coins, it costs you essentially $10 to refill that bar. The Pokemon community as a whole has erupted and been like very angry about this. It's understandable because pretty much the only things you're ever going to want to transfer are your shinies from Pokemon Go, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what people want to do. They go, I caught this Pokemon, shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Let's move it over to Pokemon Home.
There's also Genesect, by the way.
Oh, Genesect is available. I do remember Genesect being
that's
available.
right.
Shiny, yep.
You can have
Deoxys is
Genesect.
also available.
Okay, so there's like 3.
Fair.
Celebi can't be shiny, I don't think, because it only came from the event. Same with Victini and Victini and Mew.
Jirachi and Mew.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Like, I didn't know I didn't know the other. I knew the other 2 weren't. I just didn't know if Celebi was. I know they had like multiple Celebi events.
Yeah.
Last I checked.
I think there's only the 1 for Celebi. I think the outrage has been more that like it takes so long and it costs so much to do all the transferring. One, I'm not surprised on a couple of levels. You guys can feel free to disagree with me.
Yeah, like
But yeah, go ahead.
Sure, base rate, whatever, shinies a bit more, sure, but like the fact that I transferred 5 shinies over.
Yeah.
That's my entire thing for.
That's
a
your
week.
budget.
Like, I
right?
would have like if they made it like at least base shinies a little less, I would be a bit more okay with it. And like I think if they cut these all in half, I think I would be much more okay with it. There probably wouldn't have been as much backlash.
I agree with that.
The fact that they were so high, and the fact there's also a monetary aspect to this if you want to refill it.
Yeah.
Because you can pay coins, you can pay 1,000 coins to fill the entire bar, but also you can pay for coins. So you can literally just, they put like a microtransaction kind of in that way to transfer. And then I think we talked about it in voice too.
Yeah, we did.
It's like, so we put this monetary transaction on top of this monthly service that you're paying
Pokemon
for.
Home.
So paying upon a paying thing. It's like, that's kind of like, I understand what they're doing because this is in Pokemon Go. Pokemon Home is a separate, like, it's not Niantic.
Yes.
Of course, it's a separate branch, but it's like, that's not, for them, I understand what they're thinking, but for the consumer, that's a terrible thing to, like, be doing. Like, I understand why each person does it, but it comes across to the person, to the user, as much scummier.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
And plus, with the base rate being so high, it is causing a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
So I guess this kind of stems out from this on top of that, because like I said, I'm not surprised because one, they said this was going to happen back in October.
Like the fact that energy isn't the issue, it's the fact of the actual numbers of energy.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Like, Pokemon's had the issue of not knowing, like, Pokemon as a whole, I feel, has not understood what numbers are good to do in which areas. Like, even Masters had some weird things with numbers that were like...
I agree with that.
They don't realize what to aim for. Like, again, also, even back, Sun and Moon's a good example, when they did the world missions.
Yes.
Yeah.
They overshot
Oh my gosh,
completely.
yeah.
It's like, they aim for the sky, and it's like, oh...
Oops.
Shoot.
Yep.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
This is a very consistent thing that Pokemon's had, and it's unfortunately not really getting that much better. They're trying to fix things, but at the same time, it's like...
Let me just pivot just slightly, because I want this to just kind of go into a more open conversation about Pokemon Go. And I know I've talked to you about this on voice, Shamu, and Whimsicott hasn't heard this yet. So there have been reports that like analyze the data about Pokemon Go. And they claim right now that Pokemon Go is at about 10 to 15% of the player base it had in 2016 when it launched. However, Pokemon Go is also reporting record profits this year. This is kind of hitting on my second point that I'm not surprised by this because Pokemon Go has kind of been like I said, like squeezing the sponge of Pokemon Go. Because if you look at remote raid passes and stuff like that, especially that, and that's even heightened even more by Mega Evolution. That's just like a step. And then we don't even have to talk about like all of the events that just have eggs.
Yeah.
Like the Pokemon are in the eggs, and then you have to hatch the eggs, and you have to get incubators to do that. It's a headache.
I think it's in a way natural. So first of all, like you guys brought up a very good point, which is Pokemon Go is owned by Niantic. So it's kind of a different situation from everything we've ever had before regarding like the transfer of Pokemon from one thing to the other. Because before, everything was always going, from one Game Freak game to another Game Freak game, except maybe like the Manaphy egg, say. So first of all,
which is cool, by the way, and they should do it again.
That already made the situation weird, but also I don't think it's weird to say there's only like 10% of the people who were initially playing, but they're giving Niantic more money than ever, because the way Pokemon Go works is that the people who stick with it are the people who are willing to pay for it,
I don't disagree with that. I think that's true for most mobile games. The thing that I also find very interesting, and this is very anecdotal, so I don't like using it as just like, this is a fact that we should use in the debate. It's not anything like that. But one of the things that I've heard from a lot of people, and Shamu can probably back me up on this, is that a lot of people are just like, well, once I transfer these things that I got, I'm kind of done with Pokemon Go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I see happening, and that's why this whole thing is like, go home. It's like, they're gonna, like, there are people who stick with the game, there's people who really like it, but a lot of people played it for the shinies and stuff to transfer.
Oh.
They didn't play Go because they liked Go, they played Go because they want their Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. This is what I'm mostly worried about in terms of Pokemon in general, or Pokemon Go, because they could see a drop off in their player base.
Like, and I feel like they could have implemented this way in advance. They just decided not to because I think this might have been something that they were also aware of.
Yeah.
Well, then
they wanted to postpone it as much as possible.
Then it's interesting that it comes pretty much at the exact same time as the mechanic in the main series games that has given us the best shiny odds ever, which is Dynamax Adventure. Although that's only for a limited pool of Pokemon.
Personally, I believe that Niantic's been dragging their feet on this because this was a feature that was described to be in Pokemon Go at launch.
Yeah.
And obviously it wasn't, right? It's been 4.5 years.
4.5 years, yes.
It's been 4.5 years. I think that's true about most Pokemon Go features, by the way. It takes a while because Pokemon Go, in my opinion, I know there might be some Pokemon Go player listening to this and they're going to disagree with me, and I'm perfectly okay with that. But I think Pokemon Go kind of has some kind of end game, right? Because once Pokemon Go puts out all of the Pokemon, what's going to happen there? They've been living on yearly like Pokemon dumps, right? They've been like, hey, we're going to release this generation of Pokemon this year. And one, if you've noticed, it's been more than a year since they've started the new generation of Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're very much trying to drag it out.
They're trying to drag out one. Gen 5's a pretty large dump, so they can probably do it. But also the next 2 dumps, or the next 3 dumps even, are incredibly small compared to the past few they've had. Like Gen 6 is only going to bring like 69 new Pokemon. Then you've also got Gen 8, which already some of those Pokemon are in the game, are in Go, because they've released regionals.
Yeah, it's with the Galarian form, so it technically is, technically isn't. It's weird.
Yes and no. Some of them are, though, because like Surfetch'd is a quote-unquote Gen 8 Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, true.
And
you've
Obstagoon.
got the evolutions.
Yeah. And Berserker and Runegrius, stuff like that. Those Pokemon are Gen 8 Pokemon.
Yeah.
I thought it was odd that they put them in. In general, but it's their choice.
I thought they probably would have just waited and just.
I would have waited. Yeah.
They'll release it, but then again, too, people would have been really upset. Yeah, I think it was a better choice to put them in now than later, because that would have been big backlash. Because like with Gen, like if you're going with the fact of we'll say Honchkrow or not Murkrow to Honchkrow, like yeah, Honchkrow, like in the Gen 2 games, Honchkrow wasn't available. Gen 3 games wasn't available. Gen 4 it was. But with like the regional forms, like Galarians, those are available in Region 8, as well as their full evolution. So if you're going to say like, oh, we're just going to throw this form in from Gen 8, but not throw the other
absolutely.
Yeah.
That would have been a huge backlash. Because like, what are you doing? Like, and then you got to think, Gen 8, you're going to wait for like 3 years?
With Galarian Farfetch, because Galarian Farfetch for a little bit was in the game, but Surfetch'd wasn't available. And then now Surfetch'd is available. It's a time. I don't know. Pokemon Go is confusing to me. Very much so. I don't know exactly what they're trying to do. I thought maybe they're bleeding for money, but they're obviously not. Maybe Harry Potter Go is just like that much of a failure they have to recoup.
I have not heard anyone even like barely talk about it since this whole thing came up. It's like since the whole Go transfer. Like I've never seen Harry Potter Go like mentioned other than like the first week of release.
I have one single friend who plays it, and I don't even think he's playing it anymore since we're in a lockdown. So
I think a lot of the things they're doing are very odd as well. Like they're rolling back a lot of their pandemic stuff as well, very slowly, which I don't like. I will applaud Pokemon Go for doing what it did when the pandemic started to make it more playable, but they've taken a lot of that back since then. Like Incense isn't as cool as it was and stuff like that. I feel bad about that. I think they could have gotten away with just like letting it happen a little bit more.
Yeah, they should have.
I do see Pokemon Go's like player base dropping after the Pokemon Home transfer capabilities. Maybe just like community days are exciting, like you get Shamu to get shiny Electabuzz. I mean, I do appreciate like what they're doing, like with the Electabuzz and Magmar community days, so that newer players can get some of the older Pokemon that aren't as prevalent. I do appreciate that. Good on Pokemon Go for that. I do think they're doing a really good job introducing new players compared to, and not just like bowing down to the older players who are just like, well, this isn't an exciting event. And it's like, yeah, because they can't just keep dropping you new Pokemon all day.
Yeah.
They're going to run out. We're very close to that scenario anyway. If you think about it, where they're at right now, we're at like, where does Gen 6 end? Gen 5 ends at 649, I think. So we're at Gen 5, we're at the end of Gen 5. There's like 900 Pokemon, so there's only like 250 left.
Yeah.
There's only about 250 left for them to really do. And they're caught up mostly on legendaries and raids at this point as well, which is interesting to think about. I guess they haven't done Black and White Kyurem yet.
No, I haven't.
I do like that they treat forms of Pokemon as different Pokemon. I do like that. So good on you guys. So good on them. It's interesting. I really want to see where they go from here. I'm very interested, honestly, like a year from now to see what the player base is like the amount of player base. Outside of it being a quote unquote fiasco for transferring, I wonder now that people can transfer, do they stop playing?
See, this is a really weird thing for me because it's not something I had even considered.
Well, a lot of people were just in it for the Pokemon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It might turn people who are hardcore into more casual, because now that they're like, oh, I've got everything I really want, I don't really feel the need to play this except for something I really want. Like, sometimes that happens anyways, but like, I could see that happening. The player base is going to shift.
Yeah, I think you'll still have the hardcore Pokemon Go community.
You're gonna still have essentially the factions. Like, you'll have, the number will change. I think that, like, the number of players will change. It's just also how many people are hardcore to how many people are casual, how many people play, like the amount of time it's played. I think that's all just gonna shift a lot. Or like, it's gonna shift one way, or just like one thing there's going to be a change. It's most likely going to be towards the casual end, though, I feel. I don't think, now that you can transfer, I doubt we're gonna get a huge shift of hardcore Pokemon Go players.
Oh, yeah. I think it's just gonna be harder for them to grow it. We do get G-Max Melmetal now, though, which is kind of cool.
We do, which is nice. Now that's finally in the game.
Finally.
People can people now finally ask for that on the breeder bot? Or are we still
You know what? No, you know what? Just for tradition's sake, let's say you can't. For tradition's sake, you can't do it. So I think this is a good place to stop. I think in conclusion, I think it's a dicey area for Pokemon Go going forward. But I don't think it's going away. I don't think it's going away.
No, Pokemon Go's not ending. That's not,
oh yeah,
it's still
absolutely not ending.
That's no,
yeah.
No, it's not gonna kill it. It's just gonna get a lot. It's just gonna be a bumpy ride for them, I think.
I agree with that.
Dealing with all the backlash, because you had Mega Evolution into this, and that's not. Like,
it's just been misstep after misstep. All right, so with that, we're gonna take a short break and be right back at you with the Pokemon of the episode. We'll catch you on the flip flop.
The episode.
And welcome to the Pokemon of the episode. Our Pokemon of the episode this week is National Dex number 642, Thundurus, the Bolt Strike Pokemon.
Its black 2 and white 2 Pokedex entry states, as it flies around, it shoots lightning all over the place and causes forest fire. It is therefore disliked.
It's disliked for other reasons as well. But
yeah,
it's
but that's like, oh yeah, it destroys everything. We dislike it.
I don't like it. It's kind of like how we feel about that person that threw that gender reveal party in California.
Yeah, oh gosh.
All right, so Thundurus, we're running the incarnate form today.
I want to say one thing. This is a kind of cute little trivia here, actually. In Generation 7, the Therian form could not learn Smart Strike.
What?
But Incarnate could.
What?
Because it's due to a coding error, so they just coded it incorrectly. So, like, you can teach it as Incarnate, then transform it
to Therian. Yeah.
But you can't just have a Therian one learning Smart Strike, which is just like...
Weird.
What? Okay.
Weird. So, Incarnate form, which is the one we're talking about today, has a base attack of 115, which is actually pretty decent. a base defense of 70, a base special attack of 125, a base special defense of 80, and a speed of 111, which is decent tier 2, and 79 HP. The attack stat is actually like pretty on par with the special attack stat, which makes it a decent mixed attacker.
Mm-mm.
Well, it really makes it good just mixed, and then also because it gets Defiant now.
Yeah, it does get Defiant.
Much more easily. Like, if you have an option to run physical.
I'm actually really happy with a lot of the changes they've made in Sword and Shield to counter Intimidate. Like,
oh yeah, no, that's really nice.
One, there's a lot more Pokemon with Defiant, which is really cool. Defiant and competitive, I should say, especially when they came out with like the Galarian birds and stuff like that. You also have a lot of Pokemon with Inner Focus now getting that buff as well, because Inner Focus isn't affected by Intimidate.
Just giving the anti-intimidate buff was really nice.
Exactly. So it's great. So the team we have today is a VGC 2020 team. This is the team that our Sigma actually went ahead and competed in the Players' Cup last weekend with. He ended up getting 65th
Yeah.
overall. It was the 256 number, I think. It was 256, I believe.
Yeah.
He got 65th. He tied. He was somebody else, he said, for 65th. So, like, one below top 64. But he put together this team. It's actually fairly interesting. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I think it fits his playstyle pretty well. So, there's a Thundurus on this team, obviously, with a Life Orb. It's Defiant. And it's got 4 HP, 252 attack. That's why I was stressing the attack stat not being terrible. It's also got a 252 speed stat. It's Jolly with Wild Charge, Fly, Superpower, and Protect. Because you're supposed to go big with this Thundurus and do fun big things with Thundurus.
Dynamax target.
You can get some speed. It's a good Dynamax mon. And you wouldn't be playing Pokemon with genies correctly if you didn't also bring a Landorus Therian. This one is the Assault Vest variety, because the Assault Vest one is actually really good and can like take some pretty decent hits, actually. With the Assault Vest on, most notably from Colossal, like Special Colossal can't O-code if it's got the Assault Vest on it. So 196 HP, 252 attack, and 60 speed. I'm not sure what the 60 speed's outrunning exactly with 91 base speed, but maybe you're speed creeping other Landorus Therians.
I'm guessing neutral natured base 95s or
That's
100?
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
Something like that.
With Adamant Nature, Rock Slide, Earthquake, U-Turn, and Superpower. Decent Pokemon to back it up. Even then, like you could probably get a speed boost out of if you're pairing it with a Thundurus, which is really nice.
Yeah. Well, see, even like a speed booster and attack, that's solid.
Yeah, I mean, these are just two decent Pokemon that can work together very well. I don't know what anybody else would want to take, but you can take whatever you want.
Oh, I want to take this Nihilego because I love this combination.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. This is probably the cutest thing on the team.
I always love seeing this. So it's Timid Nature, 4 HP, max special attack, max speed. So you're just full on special attacker, timid.
Yeah, you're a Nihilego.
Yeah, it's a Nihilego. That's what you're doing. You've got Protect. Okay, Protect from Earthquakes, all that fun stuff. Sludge Bomb, Power Gem, and Meteor Beam with the held item Power Herb. I love this. I love seeing Meteor Beam do stuff, because then you're getting a free special attack bump, and you're also hitting something hard with Stab Meteor Beam, assuming you hit.
Yeah.
Like, that's solid. And it's also a decent Dynamax target, too, because you can just do Max Ooze, you can set up a Sandstorm, if you want, to get your special defense up more. It's up to you.
Yeah.
But, like, Nihilego's just... I love Meteor Beam Power Herb. It's so fun.
Yeah.
And then the only non-Crown Tundra mon on here is, what's the form? Single Striker.
Single Striker.
With a scarf. Single Striker Shifu with a scarf. Max Tech, Max Speed, 4 HP, Adamant. So just full-on attacker. With Wicked Blow, Sucker Punch, Close Combat, and Stone Edge. So dual stab with priority if need be, and then coverage. Seems fairly standard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I would say most everything else is fairly standard.
Yeah.
But it works really well together because, I mean, it's almost like chalk.
Actually, it's almost like chalk.
This team has three of the 5 members of chalk.
Yeah. Another one is Heatron, holding a Shuka Berry. It has max HP, max special attack, 4 special defense, modest nature, and it's running Overheat, Flash Cannon, Earth Power, and Protect. That's a pretty standard Heatron right there.
Yes.
And then, just to have something more supportive, you have a Cresselia holding a Cassip Berry. It's bold, max HP, max defense, 4 special defense. It's got Ally Switch, Helping Hand, Icy Wind, and Trick Room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Icy Wind's great. Icy Wind's really good for speed control. I guess Trick Room is as well.
Yeah, exactly. If Icy Wind is not enough, you have Trick Room.
Oh,
yeah.
It's too good. It's too good. But that is, it's a solid team. The rental team will be up for you guys to play with this week. So definitely take a look out for that. You can play with our Sigma's team over there. There's also going to be a video up on Friday showing P. McGee and Cloud9 driving it against one of the gym leaders. I'm not sure who. But is it you? I'm done.
No, it's not me. Yeah, you're done.
I'm done.
I'll be the last one they challenge. I know that.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. But that is it for this one. We're going to kick it on over now to the mailbag.
It's mail time! Send in your emails! Mail!
And welcome to the mailbag. The mailbag, as always, is the part of the show where we read your emails on the show. All you have to do is email us at puclpodcast@gmail.com. We typically have a prompt for you. One of them being, this week, our prompt was, what do you want from Pokemon in 2021? As always, though, this segment is brought to you by the fictional energy drink Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Hooves.
And as always, we will give out the Green Tauros badge to anybody who deserves it. That means you had an email that sparked good conversation among the co-hosts. So, without further ado, we're going to get to this new, this email from Professor Manzana. Hello, Thatch, and whoever he has. I don't have a lost Switch story, thank Arceus, but I did just lose my Switch charger while traveling to my home city for a funeral. I was at my parents' house, and I know that I had it. Yet when I was packing up to fly back, it and my tablet were just gone. I and my mom tore their house apart for hours, looking for both and found nothing. My best guess is that someone stole my tablet and mistakenly thought the Switch charger was the charger for my tablet. But the only people who were there were family and friends of family, so it's extra depressing to thinking one of them did it. Hopefully I'm wrong, and both items will turn up eventually. I hope so too. Anyway, longer than expected sob story aside, what I would like to see in 2021 would be Sinnoh DLC for Swish. I know that a remake is far more likely, but a large DLC into Sinnoh would be amazing. Like every Pokemon nerd, I want the full national Pokedex, and having every Pokemon catchable in one pair of games would be icing on the cake. I don't disagree with you, buddy. Failing that, I wouldn't be disappointed with regular remakes or a standalone sequel. A standalone sequel would be like the coolest IMO.
Yeah, if only I remembered the original Sinnoh story.
That's your fault. But it could be part of that. Okay, they could like do a like retro collection with Gen 4 in it as well.
Yeah. Okay. Can they fix the engine?
Just speed up the HP bar, please.
Yes.
I gotta find that video. It's like 30 seconds of watching a Chansey HP bar go down to 0. The other thing, as I'm sure other people have mentioned, is the concept I've seen floating around of a Pokemon collection on the Switch that lets you play all of the past games for previous consoles in one place. Most rumors, aka fake leaks, I like this person. I like this person a lot. Because they know if it's a fake leak. Say it would include everything all the way up to Usum. But I would be happy even if it stopped before the 3DS era. That's a bad leak. There's no way there's 3DS games coming to Switch.
No, they wouldn't release what, $1,000 worth of games on
$1,000. That's so true. I didn't even think about it.
No, they're gonna just release each separately. They're not gonna do they might do a collection for Gen 1 through maybe 1 and 2,
1, 2, and 3.
Gens 1 through 2.
I can see 1, 2, 3.
Maybe 3. I can see 1 and 2 for sure being a collection at this point. 'Cause they've released them and they can bundle them. It's 6 games, $10 a pop for $60.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be losing any money.
Absolutely. No, I don't disagree with you. I mean, they'll do their thing.
They might throw 3 on there, but I feel like they'd make more money making 3 a separate additional add-on to that.
Honestly, I think something like this is just getting more and more likely with just how much Nintendo has been pushing it in general as of late. Yeah. Because we had the Super Mario 3D collection, and they've
been doing a lot of reports and stuff, and I think they're realizing
they've got the Fire Emblem one coming too next month.
Yeah, that one might. I don't know if that one will do well. I feel like it might do decent.
That one's weird because it's like Shadow Dragon, and Shadow Dragon already actually came to the US.
Yeah, and it also, like, I think the special edition isn't even, like, is it not like a code for the game, or is it not even the game? It's just weird.
It's weird. It's weird.
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, having the original Gen 4 games playable on the Switch would also make having sequels instead of remakes more plausible. Wow, this person, you guys are off the show. I'm kidding. Allowing new players to experience the original story for the first time. This person's on my wavelength. All right, that's all I've got to say for now. Pokemon's 25th anniversary is one more reason to be excited that 2020 is almost over, and I look forward to however TPCI decides to celebrate. Catch you on the flip-flop, Professor Manzana. I like him.
We get that, Thatch. We get that.
All right, Shamu, you're gonna get this next one from Oracle Above. I'm gonna put a question mark at the end.
Good evening, PUCL. How is everyone doing? Well, hope everyone is doing lovely as of when you're reading this. I would like to see 4 things from Pokemon this year. 1, Virtual Console for Gens 1 through 3. 2, Diamond and Pearl remakes. And then 3, a non-mainline Pokemon, non-mainline game such as a 4th Pokemon Ranger. Or like, I'd be okay with like a 4th Ranger or like just a spin-off game that's something.
I think people just keep forgetting that like Pokemon Snap's happening.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Pokemon Snap's happening.
Well, do we have a release date?
No, but it's definitely not 2020 at this point.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. We don't have a release date, it's not coming.
I think it's well, they had a trailer for it. They had a trailer for it, which is more than they had for Detective Pikachu 2.
Who remembers Pokemon?
Or Pokemon Sleep, exactly.
Like, that's the thing. If we don't have a release date for something, it's essentially just I wouldn't even consider it coming out until.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair.
Like, we don't know. Like, again, okay, Mystery Dungeon DX. We got that release. We got a reveal. We got a release date, and it was like a month or 2.
I love that.
It was like a
I love that. By the way,
like we got it. We knew when it was coming out, and it actually came out. And it was like we had no idea until that happened.
I would love Explorers of Sky and Darkness and Time to get that kind of treatment as well. By the way.
But out of the 4 things you wanted to see, there's a 3 because there's not a 4th.
The 4th thing was he wanted me to mention Pokemon Snap. Okay.
Unspoken, I see. You have a telepathic link or something. Okay. But I think Virtual Console for Gens 1 through 3 makes a lot of sense since Gen 1 and 2 are on 3DS. And again, you said it earlier, it would be profitable.
Absolutely. 100%.
Like, they have 1 and 2 already done. They just gotta, like, make it work on Switch. And if they want to throw in 3, they can. But they could also easily just say no and still make all the money. I would buy it. If I could
Absolutely.
all the 1 through 2 games on 1 cartridge, I would do
Absolutely.
it.
I would totally buy it. I'm not even joking. I would buy it.
Especially for Switch, I'd be more likely to play it on Switch than on DS.
And you give them Pokemon Home compatibility.
Right, there you go. Easy way to do it. But because anyone who got back into Pokemon through Switch would likely want to replay the game that started their Pokemon journey. And I also personally have an investment in Gen 3 included, as Hoenn is my favorite region, and being able to play the Emerald Battle Frontier on such a large screen would be amazing.
You're not wrong.
I agree. I would love
Emerald.
I'd love to actually go back and play that. But Diamond and Pearl remakes seem inevitable, and due to the timeline of generations between Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Oras, next year is the period that would make most sense for their release. I love the map of Sinnoh, and I think it would be super cool in a 3D format with Switch graphics. I hope that if DP remakes do come, that they feel more like sequels rather than just a reskin of the original games, as I think that will be the way Pokemon can continue to remake generations without them feeling stale.
I would like a sequel. I don't want to hold my breath for that. I think a Diamond and Pearl remake is definitely on the horizon.
I would like it to be more in the veins of Oras with the Delta episode.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. I think you're absolutely right.
That's what we'd get. My thing is, though, I don't know if we'll get full-on Swish 3D. Like, I don't think we won't get full Swish sets. Like, it's probably gonna be a lot more of a, I don't even want to say, like, Let's Go, but it's gonna be more.
I think it could be like a hybrid between Let's Go and Swish.
Yeah, like, I think you're gonna get the more of, like, the character like styles and stuff of Let's Go with a bit more deep. Like, it's not gonna be like full on Swish because you gotta think.
I think you'll get
that was very much made with the mentality of I think the wild area.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you get the Swish graphics, but with the Let's Go camera.
Essentially,
fair.
That's what I'm thinking.
Fair, because
that's my feeling.
when you think Swish graphics, what you really think about is the wild area, which is just not in Sinnoh. So
Yeah, because it's just you're more likely to get, again, like let's go camera, Swish graphics.
You just take the battle area and you just scrap it and you throw a wild area up there.
Actually, yeah, that would be the thing to do. If they're gonna do anything, remake that battle island or whatever, and make that into like a mini wild area. With
Exactly.
Areas like you go up north, make that bigger. That's what
I absolutely agree with that.
think.
I think that's the way to do it.
Because that's the thing that was, honestly, that's not that memorable, other than like Buck again, which is not that memorable.
Yeah, Buck is not very memorable outside of like Heatron. Like the only reason Buck's there is so you can get Heatron.
Right? Yeah, it's just like I think that's what they would do.
Yeah.
You just make it, again, just make it a wild area.
Make it a wild area.
And it makes it much more expansive, and it makes it more memorable, and it's a big area.
Yeah.
It'll be a hub.
Absolutely.
'Cause I think that's what it was trying to be too, is a battle tower and stuff, and it was just like,
Absolutely.
that would be a good hub area.
And you got to put the primal Dialga in and make everybody happy.
Yeah. Another Pokemon Ranger is quite unlikely though, but I feel it's the most successful non-mainline Pokemon game in creating its own universe. I played the original Ranger this summer, and it was some of the most fun I had playing Pokemon because the storyline is so well played out. Ranger is much more about the story than mainline games are, and I think the flexibility of the Ranger universe would be great to see on the Switch. In terms of control, I think Ranger could replace the stylus mechanic to be controlled by the left Joy-Con. The touchscreen control of Ranger didn't translate well to the Switch. Don't translate well.
Yeah.
But I do think that they can be adapted to only use what the Switch is capable of. Like, I could see it doing, like, I could see you doing something with the...
They could do something. It would have to be a Ranger game built from the ground up. That's for sure.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a remake. They'd have to build it from the ground up, and they probably would have to, like, I think they'd have to make multiple modes for it.
Yes.
Even then,
Yeah.
like, I don't see how you could, like, I don't think you could play a Ranger game with a joystick.
Oh man, you know what? We should stream Pokemon Ranger. That sounds like a fun like stream session.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll put it on the list.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of, like, you'd have to have some sort of motion control or some sort of touchscreen interactivity.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like, I don't see any.
I don't know. It's not our job to figure that out, right? Like,
no, I'm just thinking like just like how, and I just don't.
You'd have to control your Beyblade. You know, you'd have to control your Beyblade to spin around.
Well, because also you got to think of the UI.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's like with DS, you had dual screens still, so you had the bottom screen to actually catch it, and you had upper screens for other things too. So it's like to fit that on one screen might be a bit, and especially if you go touch like handheld, it might work. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to think like it has to be compatible with.
There's a lot of work that has to go into that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're going to be willing to do that.
I don't see it.
So I would love to see it, but I just don't know. Think of the logistics of all that.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Let's finish it.
Yeah. Also, I just joined the Discord this week, and I'm really enjoying having a community, as none of my friends are into Pokemon, or as into Pokemon as I am. Thank you guys for all that you do. Have a great week. And now he's Oracle below.
All right. Our next one is going to be from Trainer Nova. Whimsicott's got this one.
Okay. She says, "Hello, PUCL crew. Trainer Nova here with another listener email. Sent late at night on Friday, and I could really use some sleep, so I'll try to keep it short. I've been playing in the Crown Tundra, and I have to say, hands down, I enjoyed way more than Isle of Armor. While I love the Isle's wild area, I'm not into competitive, and I didn't find its competitive features that relevant. However, with the Crown Tundra, I've been having a blast catching legendary Pokemon, getting incredibly lost, and I normally have a good sense of direction, and going on Dynamax adventures. I especially love Calyrex's arc, and it was a cute little adventure packed with the lore and world building that I love in a Pokemon world. Same. It really felt like a classic fantasy RPG quest, even if you were mostly just listening to lore and doing errands. As for what I hope for the future, all of the stars seem to be pointing to Sinnoh remakes, or even perhaps a Swish DLC that features a setting like Sinjo Ruins that connects the two regions. Regardless, I really do hope for Sinnoh forms. It might require retconning or the alternate universe theory, but it could be a cool way to keep rolling out new Pokemon to hype up new Sinnoh content, while expanding upon the lore of a region many know and love. I'm not one of those many. It might be especially neat to give forms to Mons generations 2 through 6, as the Pokédex could use more of those. Yes. However, I wonder how Game Freak will handle Dynamax if they move to Sinnoh within the same generation. If they want to keep supporting Dynamax, that is. Yeah, I don't see them dropping it halfway through the generation. Since Eternatus warps space-time and Sinnoh's legendaries also control space-time, perhaps in the remakes, Dynamax has suddenly started occurring outside of Galar thanks to the likes of Dialga and Palkia. Plot will ensue. I like this.
My personal opinion is they didn't have too hard of a time in Gen 6, like shoving Mega Evolution into Oraz. I don't think they'll have too much of an issue just shoving in Dynamax into Sword or into a Diamond and Pearl. Like that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean,
we might get some like words and then people will read way too into them.
Yeah.
And like some text, and I look forward to that. I look forward to the over speculation.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that turned out to be a not short email, but it was just a lot of fun being able to geek out about Pokemon with you guys. Keep nerding out, staying strong, and do your fantastic work during these trying times. See you on the flip-flop, Nova.
We've been social distancing for years, so it's fine.
Yeah. Look at me. I'm a whole continent away. And more than that, add an ocean to that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so good
it's
at
a good
this.
time. But I appreciate having everybody send us emails, and I know that I agree with Professor Monzala, but I have to say that our good friend Oracle Above did inspire some pretty good conversation.
That way, yeah.
So I think Oracle Above gets it. He just has to ask
the
for
Oracle Below. Because he said the Oracle Below.
Oracle Below or Oracle Above. I don't know anymore. But you get the badge. Just let one of us know. We'll get it to you. And if you go to email us next week at puclpodcast@gmail.com, feel free to do it. Our prompt next week will be, what do you think of Pokemon Go to Pokemon Home? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you feel indifferent? Please let us know. On that note, if there's anything you want to participate in, Discord's a great place to come and hang out with us. You can also go ahead and jump into our social media over at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Tumblr. You can also go ahead and watch us live over on Twitch at twitch.tv/thepuklepodcast. Watch our YouTube videos over at youtube.com/puklepodcast. I have to watch out for Twitch. I want to do another one of those battle days. I think that would be a lot of fun to do in December. We got some tweaks. That was a good time. The Puckle Showdown, that was a good time. That's coming to YouTube this week.
Yeah, after I think it'd be more balanced. It'd be more balanced with tweaks.
There's going to be a lot more balance when you don't put Cloud9 and P. McGee on the same team. That's kind of my thought. And then you also have, because those two just like work together all the time on building teams. Like that's their thing. And then we're just like, oh yes, let's make them have a team of building teams and see who will win. I don't know what we expected. But that will be up on over on YouTube this week. You guys can check that out. And of course, if you want to help support the show monetarily, why don't you go drop a Twitch Prime subscription? You can buy a shirt or something over at TeePublic, or you can more importantly go over to Patreon at patreon.com/PucklePodcast. Right now, the $15 tier, like I had mentioned, you do get a coupon essentially to get those Fall League badges for free. If not on Etsy, they cost $20. Your choice. Other than that, though, guys, I am going to say this is probably a great place to end the show. So I have been Trainer Thatch.
I've been Shamu.
And I have been the Fluffiest Whimsicott.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.